I did something very naughty earlier this year when Nintendo announced the closure of the eShop for the Wii U and the 3DS. At that time, it was in February, like mid February. They announced some dates, but they didn't give solid information for everything, but kind of a general idea. So this stuff comes as no surprise now. But at that time, I'd got a Wii U. I had a Wii U when it first launched, got rid of it when I got the Switch type of thing. But I kind of, wanted another one. I got a really good deal on a bundle box set type of thing. Came with a bunch of games. I wound up selling the games to make it feel like I got the Wii U for free type of thing. I kept a couple games, but I sold off pretty much everything that I had because some of them were games that I had the Nintendo Switch equivalent of type of thing. So it was kind of cool. Essentially got a Wii U for free out of that deal. Sometimes it works like that, and it's pretty cool when it does, right? Wii U games, physical, there's not a ton that's worth a lot of money, but the games that I had, it kind of covered the deal. The other thing is at the time, I had a 2DS and a 3DS. I've had them since launch, and I love the system. And I had a pretty big collection for it, but I said, you know what? At that time, I kind of needed some money for some bills that came up, surprise medical bills type of thing. Sold off my 2DS, 3DS collection, paid these bills and whatnot, and then I had a lone 2DS. I hacked the shit out of it. Added all the games that I wanted to it, right? I'm still not done. I still got to add some games to it, but the Wii U is next for me. So I bought some games on their eShop, added some stuff, all that kind of, whatever, legit wise, but now it's time for me. Hey, it's going to be closed. I don't care about the physical games. I don't like collecting discs. I've had bad experiences with collecting discs, which is why I got out of disc collecting altogether. Those who followed me for a while may have heard me mention before, like I had a sealed copy of Final Fantasy VII. And at one point, I actually opened it, right? And the discs were all fine. Tested out, played the game. Cool. Put the discs back, whatever. Put it on the shelf. Some months later, went back to play the game, and one of the discs was cracked. At that point in my life, I was like, I don't know, environmental issues, the weather, the climate that I'm in, I don't freaking know. An act of God saying, no, you will not collect disc-based games. At that point, I got out. I'm like, I'm not going to do this anymore type of thing. And for me, with collecting, I'm kind of like really slim that down. I don't really care about being a shelf collector with a bunch of games lined up that I never play. I'm in the flashcards, ODEs, emulation, all that kind of stuff. And with the Wii U, and the 2DS, 3DS, it's kind of a unique system. And sure, you can emulate some of this stuff, but playing it on the original consoles is where it's at for me. So with the Wii U, I'm definitely going to be digging into getting the system hacked and homebrewed, all that kind of stuff, get all the games I want on there type of thing. So I really only have a couple physical games and then a little digital collection type of thing. But one thing I thought was funny, and I want to kind of touch on it, is I remember when I did my first video when Nintendo announced this stuff, the My 3DS and Wii U memories, and how I said, oh, my 3DS one is screwed up. Like, it kind of, like the hours and stuff was wrong, but it still was kind of legit, but it didn't seem like it worked right. And a lot of people were bringing up the same issues where I think if you did like a system transfer or something like that, it could have screwed up your hours and memories that you have on the system. Now when I go here, this is after I've hacked my 3DS, right? Now that I go here, it says no play activity found on the Nintendo 3DS. So I don't know what that's about. Like, that's kind of strange. I thought that was weird. But hey, my 3DS, 2DS, whatever you want to call it, is hacked. Got some games on there. Very easy to do, actually. I actually filmed videos of hacking the original Wii, the red one, the little Wii Mini that was like unhackable for a long time. So I filmed all that, and I never did a video with it. And I filmed the 2DS hacking, never did a video with it. Because I think like hacking on some of those consoles, it changes so much. And then like videos wind up becoming out of date and stuff. So it's kind of like why I waited on the Wii U as well. Make sure I look at something that's up to date type of thing. But yeah, I thought this is kind of funny. If you go here, my 3DS memories are gone. Now, I don't know if my Wii U memories are legit. I've probably used a couple different accounts, but I've only played the Wii U for 78 hours, apparently. I don't really believe that because I played the crap out of like Monster Hunter on here and quite a few other things. So it's probably just multiple accounts that I've had type of thing. But yeah, I mean, hey, cool. I still play the Wii U, jump on there on occasion. But yeah, now Nintendo has completely announced the closure and the date. So let's quickly get into that. They updated this page. Really, it's the same information that was available months ago, but now they've changed one line that I could tell, and that's one of the first lines here. This used to say late March 2023. Now it says March 27th. You will no longer be possible to make purchases on the Wii U eShop or the 3DS eShop. No longer be possible to download free content, including game demos. Furthermore, as this date draws closer, related services will cease to function. I believe all this is the same information as before. May 23rd, 2022, no longer. So this already have occurred, right? It's no longer possible to use a credit card to add funds to an account on the eShops, right? But you could still, your shared wallet type of thing with your Nintendo Network ID, you could still make purchases. And then it says, as of August 29th, 2022, no longer be possible to use an eShop card to add funds. So if you have an eShop card that you've been sitting on, you might want to use it, right? Still be able to possible to redeem those codes from those cards till March 27th, 2023. So at the end there, like where you can't make purchases, you can still use those cards, but make sure you use them before you forget about them if you have them, right? So it states users who link their Nintendo Network ID wallet with their Nintendo account wallet can use the shared balance, on any of these systems until March 27th. After that, the balance can only be used for Nintendo Switch, so you have to keep that stuff in mind. But they state, even after March 27th of next year, and for the foreseeable future, which there should be like an asterisk there, type of thing, because who knows? What's the foreseeable future? Could be a month later, could be a year later, could be 10 years later, could be a week. You don't know. It's just foreseeable when they decide to cut it off. That it will still be possible to re-download games and DLC that you've previously bought, right? You could still receive software updates for games, enjoy online play on the Wii U and 3DS. But at some point, that stuff's going to shut down too, I would imagine. They thank you for supporting them, right? When you go to the Twitter account, man, reading some of these comments, some of the stuff like hacked most of these, I feel you. That's what I'm talking about. Like hacking, some people are not comfortable doing it, and then some people they don't want to pay somebody to do it. But really, look up the most recent tutorials type of thing. Maybe if you got a friend to try to help you out, you got to do what you got to do, right? Unless you just want physical games. But from what I remember talking about this stuff, with the closure of these eShops, supposed to be over 1,000 games that are going to be lost because they were digital only type of thing. And that's, with this digital future, that's kind of the way the future is. These games will be lost unless they've been backed up, and you can't play them anymore type thing because you can't get access to them. And then they get preserved online somewhere, and boom, you can hack your system and play them type of thing, right? But reading through some of these comments, why digital on consoles is bad. I think everyone can learn from Steam about how digital should work, and I really understand that, man. Steam is if you're a PC gamer, your library goes with you, type of thing. And with consoles, it's not always the case. At some point, it's going to be lost. This person, I don't understand why so soon. The 3DS was successful, and the Wii U. The 3DS was successful, but it had a rocky start, right? And the Wii U has a strong following. It has a strong following, but it's not profitable for Nintendo. Is essentially what it is. Servers are expensive to run. These things have been online for 10 plus years. Plus, we have Citra if you really want to enjoy it, right? You can emulate if you want or hack. We use a HDMI console, so that's why I like using it. Boom, I don't have to worry about, plugging it in weird like an old Wii or whatever, right? What else do we got? Just a lot of people, disappointed or bringing up certain concerns, that kind of thing. And Citra again, right? If there's a will, there's a way type of thing, Xbox 360 services still up. Vita services still up. Vita did worse than the Wii U, same as PS3. Only PSP services got shut down. So literally only Nintendo doing this. Yeah, I think Microsoft's been pretty decent. Sony, just really depends how you look at it. And with some of the stuff that has gone on, they did. Sony tried to close the PS3 store. We'll probably try it again in the future. It's bound to happen with everything at some point, Microsoft keeps certain things up, but Nintendo's not. Sony's not. It's just the way it is, man. Let me know what you guys think down below. Really do appreciate you guys watching this little, rant and ramble, I guess. Thanks. Bye.